Good morning and welcome back. We're on day 319 of our 365 days of Bible study. We're continuing to look at those parts of the story of Jesus that were unique to St. Matthew's Gospel. And today we are looking at the bribe that was offered to the guards at the tomb in Matthew chapter 28, verses 11 to 15. Please note that as they were going, some of the guard entering the city reported to the chief priests everything that had happened. The chief priests then convened a meeting with the elders and held a discussion. They decided to give to the soldiers a decent sum of money and to say to them, "Tell everyone that his disciples came in the night and took the body whilst everyone was asleep. If the governor hears about this, we will have a quiet word with him and keep you out of trouble." So the soldiers took the money and did as they were told. The Jews still tell this story today. Well, there we have it. Also unique to Matthew is this little coda to his story about the guard being placed at the tomb to prevent the disciples stealing the body. The reasons for Matthew repeating this remain obvious, considering his mostly Jewish readership. The funny thing about this is that the same skepticism about the likelihood of the resurrection actually having taken place remains to this day, and we are left with the feeling that any questioning mind would feel uneasy about it. The great Tom Wright, in his commentary on Matthew, makes the following comment: "Don't be fooled by the idea that modern science has disproved the resurrection of Jesus. Modern science has done no such thing. Everybody in the ancient world, just like everybody in the modern world, knew perfectly well that dead people don't get resurrected. The Christian agrees with the scientists, ancient and modern. Yes, dead people don't normally rise." But the Christian goes on to say that something new and different has now occurred in the case of Jesus. Well, what is this new and different thing? Many better thinkers than I am have tried to explain the inexplicable. Look at the fuss over subjecting the Shroud of Turin to scientific analysis, or the controversy about where the actual sepulchre of Jesus is. But something definitely happened that Sunday morning. People who were hiding and scared suddenly changed into advocates of a new way of thinking, a new way of behaving, a new view of the world. They now knew that the same God who had made the universe, the same God who had called Israel to be a people who had sadly failed to fulfill their role to transmit the good news of his rescue operation to the world, that same God had been at work in and through Jesus to remake the world, redeem it and restore it. His life was now no longer in his mortal body, but in his resurrection body, the body of Christ, the church. All the resurrection appearances, in their own way, speak of Jesus handing over his mission in all its complexity to his people. He was the Son of God. We are the people of God, God's children. Even 21 centuries later, we still have the same mission, the same project, the same task: to see Christ in others and to be Christ for others, and all that implies for all our days. Matthew's unique take on the ascension comes next and poses questions for us about exactly where he went at the end of his earthly life, as we shall see tomorrow. I'll see you then.